Your knight in shining armor is money. You do not want to be at the mercy of men.
Can I be saying dang go? Give me his dang on jacket. Too long as hell for that shit. Too long. What did you do? Give me my. Give me my dang. Oh, you're not doing this shit. Give me my keys. Give me my. Give me my. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. Oh, my stuff all out. Give me my keys. That is my car. Give me my keys. Give me my keys. Give it to me now. Stop. Damn it. Why you gonna do this with your damn baby? You got a problem because I'm questioning you about coming in late? You got a problem because I'm questioning your ass?
I'm taking care of you.
Give me my damn keys back.
Get out of here.
Man, you better give me my damn keys back.
Get out of here.
Oh, this motherfucker, I swear. Get your brother. Get your...
Your knight in shining armor is money. You do not want to be at the mercy of men.
I had somebody ask me this week to talk about how I actually became homeless during my divorce, because I've never really told the story. So I kicked my Mormon husband of 24 years out after catching him picking up a 19-year-old prostitute in 2018 after 24 years of domestic violence and cheating and just an absolute nightmare. I had been a stay-at-home mom for most of that 24 years, and I did have at the time of our divorce a small job with our windshield company, which he fired me from, leaving me with absolutely no income. I did get a job part-time in a school for $11 an hour. By the summertime of that year, even though Jake was court-ordered to maintain our residence for us, he went in and just canceled the lease. I had never existed financially on my own. Like, I had never been on any of our homes or cars or anything, and I wasn't even on our own condo. So I went into the office one day and they told me that we had to move out because there was a new family moving in, like, that weekend. By that time I had met Kevin, and we knew that summer that we wanted to be in a long-term committed relationship. He was living with a buddy, and it just made sense for the two of us to get a place together. So I had a friend who was remodeling little historic homes in downtown Gilbert, Arizona, and they offered me a home for like $2,000 a month, which was a really affordable price at that point. We had 5 kids that were all moving into our home with us. So we rented that home, and this is probably the biggest heartbreak of my life, because I remember Kevin and I and our kids moving into that home initially, and it was the first house that I had ever picked out on my own ever. And I had this feeling of peace and safety, and we were so excited about our future together, and our kids were just at such a happy little time. The month that we rented the house was the only month that Jake would ever pay alimony and child support. The next month, my half of the rent was due. It was $1,000. Kevin couldn't afford to rent that house without me, and Jake just simply didn't pay alimony and child support. By the 3rd month, we were so behind in rent that we were no longer able to live in that home. And there were some other health things going on that I can't explain in a 3-minute video. So by October of that year, we packed up all of our stuff again and became homeless. You know when you like sell a house and like you have the hotel or the next house that you're moving into? That day that we packed up our house, we locked the door, gave the keys to the landlords, and then we literally had nowhere to go. Kevin went back to the tiny room with his buddy, but that wasn't an option for me and the kids, and we couldn't afford that either. Brody had all of his belongings that he needed for school packed up in a little Rubbermaid, and he'd stay at one friend's house for 3 days and another friend's house. Chloe bounced around with a couple of her cousins and friends. I slept in my car, slept at friends' houses, slept on couches. We moved in with family in January of that year. Then we moved into our tiny guest house in March of 2020.
Your knight in shining armor is money. You do not want to be at the mercy of men.